Hello, everyone. Welcome. How's it going? You're doing all right? You having a good one? I hope you're having a good one. Um, yeah, we got some Maple Cam this evening. She's getting big, and she's settling really nice. Except now she's barking at Meg for some reason. Um, what else have we got to talk about? So I started myself in a project today. That's what I have to talk about today. I spent most of the day working on a project. When I moved into my apartment back in the long ago in February of 2018, I had the Marvel Lego Helicarrier, and despite telling the movers to let me move it because it was delicate, they took it and then they dropped it and they damaged it and lost some of the pieces. And ever since then, I've had it set up in my bedroom as like this lingering project waiting for me to deal with, where I'm like, I need to take that thing apart and I need to figure out which parts are damaged and which parts are lost so that I can order new ones and rebuild it. And at the time that the helicarrier was damaged, the mover, like, I claimed it with the movers. I'm like, you broke it. And they reimbursed me the retail cost of a helicarrier. So I actually have a complete unopened one in storage. But I all along I've been like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find all the problems with the one that I have, and then I'm going to order the parts that I need in order to fix it, and then I'm just gonna sell it as is at half retail price, with all the additional parts. It's like, you will have to fix it, but here you go. Here are all the parts that are damaged or missing, so that you have everything. You don't have to like figure it out and order it for yourself. But it turns out that Lego collects a lot of dust, and the model is filthy. So in an effort to figure out what parts are missing, I'm actually going backwards through the instructions and disassembling the thing, and then washing all the Lego, and then reassembling each subsystem of the Lego building system. And so what's likely to happen is I'm going to disassemble the whole thing, get all the parts that I need reordered, and then reassemble a fully functional and operational battle station. So I'm not actually sure what the end result is going to be. I may have two fully complete Lego helicarriers. We'll see. But that was the project I set myself. I decided that it made more sense, now that I have a crafting table. It made more sense to make the first project the one that's been hanging over my head for 5 years, instead of starting to teach myself airbrushing right away. So I'm going to get this out of the way first, and then I'm going to start playing with my airbrush kit. So as to, like, I have a few days off work, I can go through it, and I can fix it, and then I can reassemble it, and I can put it away. And that also led to a conversation that Meg and I had today, which is getting some new shelves for the living room to put above the couch, so that I can actually display all the crap that I have, like, sitting in storage right now. So we may end up buying some shelving for the living room to go on the wall above the couch. And so I started pricing out what that would all look like. And maybe that'll be a future project for me as well. So anyhow, that was the primary use of my day today. The secondary use of my day today involves the fact that I got something from Amazon today. So we were talking yesterday about the legacy of Logan. The subsequent story is the lightsaber story. So back in, I don't remember when it was exactly, but several months ago, they announced that they were doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Effects Elite lightsaber. And being very excited about Obi-Wan Kenobi at the time before the show came out. I ordered it from GameStop, $429.99. And altogether with tax, that came to $481. And it was supposed to ship in January. And anyhow, I had my pre-order locked in. Everything was fine. And then the Canadian version of Wario64 on Twitter. If you know Wario64, they post video game deals all the time. But the Canadian version of that, which surfs all the Canadian sites and does the same thing, they pointed out that there was a product listing error on Amazon for the Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Effects Elite lightsaber, wherein it had gone up on Amazon for $49.96, but a data error led to the listing on Amazon being somewhat indeterminate. The name and the product number were correctly the Star Wars Force Effects Elite lightsaber. The product images and product description were all Play-Doh, a Play-Doh kitchen set for like Play-Doh ice cream cones. And but it was $50. This went up in September. So I was like, all right, well, I'll roll the dice for $50. Why not? I'll roll the dice. And so I paid my $50 into Amazon and was like, I guess we'll see. And again, it was supposed to ship on January 1st. So then the beginning of November rolls around, and for whatever reason, I guess GameStop got them early, or the street date changed, or whatever, but GameStop shipped me my Force Effect Elite lightsaber. It arrived or they charged me on November 8th, and it arrived shortly thereafter, which was frustrating because I was like, I don't want to open it until the Amazon one arrives, so I can find out what is actually going to come from Amazon. So I tucked it away. I had Desert Bus to deal with and then Christmas, so I just tucked it away with the receipt and was like, we're going to just hang on to this. So anyhow, earlier this week, I got a shipping notification from Amazon for my Force Effects Elite lightsaber. And it wasn't clear what was going to come. It was not clear whether what was going to arrive was the lightsaber or the Play-Doh. But I am happy to report that what arrived today was, in fact, a lightsaber.
Hello there.
There it is. I got my Force Effects Elite lightsaber. So, apparently, this was not guaranteed as the result, because some people evidently did get Play-Doh. So, I was looking on the internet, because, of course, the people have been, like, tweeting about it, but apparently some people did get Play-Doh. And the people who did get Play-Doh apparently have gotten in touch with Amazon customer service and been like, I ordered a lightsaber and you sent me Play-Doh. And Amazon customer service is apparently correcting it, like is sending them lightsabers and refunding them for the Play-Doh. So evidently everybody who ordered one will get one. But a bunch of people did get shipped Play-Doh in the first place, which is weird. But anyhow, so hanging on to the receipt and keeping the other one unopened was a great idea, because I walked into GameStop today and was like, I would like to return this, please. Here is the receipt. And they were like, oh, yeah, what's the reason for your return? And I said, it was a holiday gift and they got two. And the guy behind the counter was like, oh, okay, well, we can do that. I see this was purchased on November 8th, which is technically outside of our holiday return period. And I'm like, but the website says that anything purchased between November 1st and December 31st can be returned until January 15th. And the guy was like, oh, that's strange. We were told between November 15th. I'm like, I can show you the website. And he's like, no, it's all good. I can do it anyhow. And so he refunded it for me for the full retail value of the product. So there we go. I got a $450 lightsaber for $50. And now we're going to open it here on stream because I haven't actually opened it yet. So we're going to unbox it. So let's find out. Box filled with Play-Doh, yeah. I don't think it's going to be filled with Play-Doh. Now I had a knife. I actually did put a knife out here so that I could cut it open. What Gundam am I buying with my $400? So funny story about that. The Dendrobium that I was looking at the other day, where I was like, oh, it's available on Facebook Marketplace for basically retail price. It has now dropped in price. It is no longer retail price. It is now $100 less than retail price. So I did ask Meg about it. And Meg threatened to leave me. Truthfully, I can't blame her either. But this is the reason that we had the conversation. The retail price is, again, $429.99. And it is currently available on Facebook Marketplace for $350. No, I'm not single. Meg has just taken the dog out. Meg would not take the dog. We had that conversation before we got the dog. The dog is entirely in my name. I told Meg outright, if you ever leave me, I get to keep the dog. All right, I can confirm that whatever is in here is not Play-Doh. I can't confirm what it is yet. A lot of cardboard is what it is. I do appreciate that in here, even like the things that you would think would be styrofoam are cardboard. And even the little like twist ties that they're using to hold it in place, those aren't plastic coated. Those are wound paper. But the manual does say lightsaber on it. All right, so here we have a piece of the stand. Don't worry, I'm working on getting this out. This, I imagine, is the other piece of the stand. We'll have to figure out how that goes together. This is all twist-tied from behind, I think. Ah, yes, there we go. You know what? I'm gonna take the blade out. Oh, all of this, of course, is twist-tied in. Let's undo the twist ties. I wonder if this thing comes with batteries installed. Huh. This is almost exactly the same blade as is used in the Disneyland parks, but not quite. But there's the blade. So we can confirm that it is at least mostly a lightsaber. All right. Here's the emitter head for when the blade is installed. This is metal construction. This thing is heavy. This thing has two different emitter heads because the in order to fit the blade in, it has to be wider than the actual design of the lightsaber is. All right, here we go. It looks like the batteries are probably not installed. What kind of batteries does this take? This is all metal construction as well. This is dope. Ah, double A's. Batteries not included. Yeah. How many? 1, 2, 3 double A batteries. All right, everybody hold the fort. I will be right back. All right, let's assemble this thing, shall we? I'm gonna undo the screws, which you can't see because I'm not equipped to show it to you. Here. The dog's back. So while I'm assembling this thing to show it off, you can have a look at the dog. They're not really cubes. They're more like frozen crescents of water. Yeah. Yeah. I am. You're right. I am building it. Oh. I may have hecked up. I should have read the instructions. It seems that what I removed was not the battery cap, but the cap on the electronics of the system. I might. Yeah, that's right. Immediately broke it. It's all right. If I immediately broke it, I'd just ship it back to Amazon like it arrived defective. You'll have to send me another. Which is exactly the sort of thing that that I should say on a VOD on a service owned by Amazon. Anyhow, it turns out that the construction of this thing is actually much better than I thought it was, because I don't actually have to unscrew 3 screws to get it out. I have to unscrew 1 screw to get it out. That screw is in a much worse position, but I do only have the, you know what? I'm going to change the screwdriver I'm using so that I'm not stripping the screw.
Language.
Why are you carrying? I just brought. Okay, I'm back. Oh, damn, my Brady says, why are screws like this? And why did we Americans insist on the bad screws? Listen, we Canadians tried to invent better screws for you, but you didn't pick it up. Like the metric system. Okay, we officially have battery power. All right, let's take the so this is the emitter head for display with the correct, this is the actual like correct dimensions. And then there is the larger, fatter emitter head for putting the blade in. Oh, which apparently I'm supposed to slide over
Language.
the blade. So in it goes. Emitter head. That's dope. to stroke the emitter head. Okay. There we go. That's super dope. Now, one last thing we have to figure out is how it displays. And I think how it displays is like this. Oh, no, definitely the other way. Yeah, there we go. So now we have the display stand. Sorry? No, it comes with a display stand. Look at how dope this is. There. I'm so pleased. Where is it getting displayed? Great question. Speaking of, I priced out those shelves out of curiosity, 12.5 inches deep, so that we could use some of them for vinyl records. The complete set, if we wanted to get 6-foot rails and have shelves like 3 shelves wide, is about $2,500 for the nice shelves versus going to like IKEA and getting IKEA shelves. That's fair. So, anyhow, something to consider. I'll send you a link to it all and everything. That's a terrible idea. Fair enough. I don't have anywhere to actually put this. Getting it out of my way and out of Maple's way is probably a great idea. Hi, Desmar-sama. How are you? Hope you're having a good evening. All right. Now that's dealt with, we can move on. Rainco Spare says Richmond, IKEA, Coquitlam, or delivery. I bet delivery. No, we would go to either. We have a car. I can get around. Yes, I am playing Legend of Dragoon. You're correct. Although I meant to actually set my category to just chatting. But yes, I will be playing Legend of Dragoon. We're just on the open, so we're just chatting at the moment. Coquitlam, I agree. Coquitlam is the nicer IKEA, but Richmond is Union, so there is that. Real quick, let's go through the duties of the stream before we move on to tradition. So, Damn I Am Pretty, thank you very much for the resub. Damn I Am Pretty says, and Low Matt played the JRPG and saw that it was good. You prefer Richmond because it's closer to the ferries. More Than Soulless Sings, thank you very much now for the resub now for 21 months. Young Frey, thank you for the follow. And I owe a joke, so let's tell a joke. The jokes are pretty bad this evening. Why are plants good at losing weight? Because they tend to eat light. Try again. Okay. Okay. Hmm. I went to a silent auction today. I came home with a dog whistle and 2 mimes. All right. I'll give you one more, and then we're moving on to traditions. Did you know that building a violin is extremely relaxing? It's because there's no need to fret. C plus, I thought that was a good one. All right, this last one goes out to a few of you in chat. Not probably everybody, but a few of you will like this joke. When you're young, you relate strongly to mankind. But then you grow up and you're more like Vince McMahon. That is indeed a wrestling joke, yes. So remember how you all told me to make sure that I plugged in my controller last night? Well, guess what I didn't remember to do. The worst part is I went into the other room and got the USB cable so that I could plug in my controller. And I plugged the USB controller or the USB cable into the PlayStation. But I didn't plug it into the controller. All right, let's do our traditions, then we can play a video game. Here is my phone. Here is my phone cable. Everybody, please brace your ear holes. No, I'm not emulating. Well, I mean, I am emulating Legend of Dragoon insofar as I am playing a legally purchased copy from the PlayStation Store on my PlayStation 3. But it is a digital copy, and that digital copy is emulating the disc version of the game. So, sort of. All right, next up, we have our beverage reveal. Garcon, can I have a drum roll, please? This evening, we have a delicious and nutritious Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the rainbow. All right. I have one last duty to attend to before we start our video game. And that is to do a duty. So everybody just hold here. We're going to take you to the puppy cam. You all just watch Maple. And I will be right back. Ghost of Jeff Goldblum says, good lord, this man shits quickly. That's the trick. Life is too short. Get in, get it out. Carry on with your day. Truthfully, I just had to pee. The comment about doing a duty was just for the wordplay. What shame! I washed my hands. I really did only have to pee. All right, let's move on to our video game. Don't worry, I'm bringing Maple back. Please don't panic. Maple is once again chewing on a bull dick. Absolutely going ham on beef peen. Legend of Dragoon. Did I, in fact, read the documentation? No, I did not read the documentation. Damn, I am pretty... I've played Parasite Eve on stream. So, if you haven't watched the VODs, you should check out the VODs. Desmar-sama, this is stream 2. We started the game yesterday. And actually, before the game starts, quit game. Yes. And yes, this is my first playthrough of Legend of Dragoon. I've never played through it before. Sorry, I'm just sending the crunches right to your ear holes. I just wanted to really quickly go through the games that I have digitally on the PS3, because we've got Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve 2 is in here also. Vagrant Story. We've played Chrono Trigger. We've played Metal Gear. We've played Final Fantasy Tactics. We've played Final Fantasy VI. Playing Legend of Dragoon. We've played Final Fantasy VIII. We've played Chrono Cross. I've got Xenogears in here. We've played 9. We've played Symphony of the Night. Apparently, I have a copy of SimCity 2000 for some reason. And, of course, we've played Final Fantasy VII. So, and then there's DuckTales Remastered for some reason. So, anyhow, Xenogears is a probable play at some point in the not-too-distant future. Not too distant, meaning, like, on my streaming timeline, but at some point, we'll probably play Xenogears. At some point, I'd love to play the Xenosaga games, but they're so slow. They're just excruciatingly slow. I played a significant amount of Xenosaga 1, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get through it. The battles were all so outrageously long. slow pacing or slow. The battles are just the battle system requires you to do a lot. Like every battle takes a long time to complete, and there are a lot of battles. All right, let's go to the Limestone Cave. Oh, Raincoast Bear, you're building an RX-78-2. What version? HG, EG, MG? If it's an MG, is it the 1.5, the 2, or the 3.0? HG, okay. Yes, PGU. Acquired detonate rock. Detonate rock. Oh god, it's a spider. I'm out. Detonates and attacks all. All right. Phew. Ooh, that hit for 7. Did anybody see what the spider's... Oh, it's an evil spider. How is the evil spider differentiated from a non-evil spider? Red eyes versus black. All right, fair enough. It has a mustache and a goatee. Desmond-sama, the rules on spoilers are, especially for advice. Generally speaking, if I wish for advice, I'll ask for it. Meg, could I ask you to turn the AC on, please? Sorry, the puppy has not been cast into the abyss. The camera just overheated. Which actually is something I might be able to fix. Okay, so next question is she out of focus now? Yes, she is. Okay. Let's get Maple back in focus for you. There we go. Ow, that hurt. I just punched my mic arm. So anyhow, as I was saying, generally speaking, if I'm looking for advice, I'll ask for it. Story spoilers or no-go, please. Generally speaking, I will accept some advice around things that I'll miss forever. Like, letting me know that there's something that I might miss forever, that's generally appreciated. But also, I'm not planning to do, like, a 100% run of this game, like... I'm just planning to play through the game beginning to end. I'm not really worried about doing all the side quests or anything of that. What level of Slash am I at? I think we were about halfway there at the end of last night. $60 of 80. Whoops. Huh, that actually turned out to be for the best. That's extremely convenient. No, at 80, I can just move on to the next edition. So anyhow, there are definitely some games that I would do like a 100% run on because I know them back to front, but this is not one of them, being that it's a first playthrough.
Yes.
Oh. Alright, just guard then. Yeah. Absolutely a mat percent run. Ugly balloon.
Yes.
One night off, and I've forgotten all of the timing. I don't want to use status reliever. Now we find out the question, one of the earliest questions one has to ask themselves in any JRPG is, do statuses persist between battles? Oh, Maple has gone to bed, it looks like. Alright, goodbye. Can I just walk over here? Oh, I can just walk over it. Oh. All right, this time we kill the ugly balloon first. Oh, so poison does persist, but darkness doesn't. Remember how I said I was going to kill the ugly balloon first? That was a lie.
Yes. Double flash. Yes. Double flash.
At least it's Shauna who's afflicted with poison. Ah! Coward. Listen, if Shauna didn't want me to dunk on her, she should have been able to do more damage in combat. Okay, maybe I can't just walk up here? Okay, now we have to figure out a new way to get over there. Can't go that way. Aha! Whoop! Oh! Learning has occurred. Acquired bastard sword. Bastard!
Language.
Raises physical defense power slightly. Item. Use it. I don't actually have anything to heal poison, so... I guess we just live with it for a while. Staying at an inn doesn't cure poison? Dang.
Yes! Double lash!
Whoops. She was supposed to hang out there. I don't even know how I would bring somebody back from death at this point. If they died, they're just dead forever. If you die in the game, you die in real life. Okay. We're going down. Stepping stones. Shauna, be careful not to slip. Okay. Acquired total vanishing. What, pray tell, is total vanishing? Acquired body purifier. Okay, body purifier sounds promising. Item list. Destroys minor enemies. Body purifier nullifies poison. Here, be unpoisoned. Detoxified. Shauna just did a day at the spa. Grr. Lavitz. Dart, Lavitz. Whoa.
This is the second time you've saved my life.
I was just around.
Even though that was the case, I was lucky you were around, Dart. It'll be a long relationship we will have.
Yep, that's right. Just kiss him already? Yeah, no doubt. Excuse me, you guys. Don't leave me like that. But no. Open box. Angel's prayer. Whee. Acquired burnout. Yes, you have shown up to Kermit confessing his love. That's right.
Yes! Double
Eat it, you
lash.
ugly balloon. So, is Handai, it's not strictly true that I used Kermit for noble knightly characters. I used Kermit for Glenn. Well, sorry, I used Kermit for Frog because Frog was a frog. And then I used Kermit for Glenn because Glenn was descended from the Glenn who was Frog. And now we have a Green Knight, so he also gets the Kermit voice. But it's not necessarily true of all knights, just the Kermit-looking ones. When will we play Chrono Trigger? We already did! We've already done the Chronos. Jim Cat, why don't you go back and check the VODs? Charm Protection. Neither of the Chronos were that long ago. The answer to how long ago is, I mean, it was not recently. I played Chrono Trigger.
Good evening, Chathu.
I'm
How's
looking
it
it
going?
up. Chrono Trigger was approximately a year ago. September of 2021. I know.
Yes. Double slash.
Time is an illusion. Jim Cat, have you only been here 13 months? Really? It feels like forever. Okay, so we have 2 doors this time. Following since August 2022. That's because, okay, that is a lie. Yeah, but Jim Cat, you've intentionally unfollowed. A screaming bat.
Yes.
Why does it get to attack twice? My party is being battered. Whoops. All right, Jim Cat was definitely around for the Pokemon playthrough. Jim Cat is a lying liar who lies. You'd think I'd know that by now. Don't give me a shocked Pikachu. Oh, okay, that wasn't actually that long ago. Pokemon was more recent than Chrono Cross. Wait, what? Oh, right. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of that save point. For sure. Faux show. Turns out I've played a lot of games on this channel. Like, a lot. I'm looking through my playlist of all the games I've played. And it's like a lot. YouTube doesn't even want to count them. It just says 1 to 50 of many on my first page of playlists. But we did play a lot. Dark Souls, like Dark Souls 3, Ocarina of Time, Metroid Prime, Stray, Dirge of Cerberus, Red Dead Redemption 2, Deathloop, Hitman 3, Dark Souls 2, Outer Wilds, Forbidden West, Pokemon Red, Symphony of the Night, Chrono Cross, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Uncharted 4, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 1. That was just the last year. That takes us back to November of 2021. Then we got Guardians of the Galaxy, Arkham Asylum, Parasite Eve, Metroid Dread, Shadow of the Colossus, Metroid Fusion, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Super Metroid, Chrono Trigger, Samus Returns, Portal 2, Metroid Zero Mission, Metal Gear Solid 5, Final Fantasy VII R Episode Intermission, Mass Effect 321, Portal, Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid 4, 3, 2, 1, Nier Automata, Control, Breath of the Wild, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts 0.2, Birth by Sleep, A Fragmentary Passage, Kingdom Hearts X back cover. That takes us to January of 2021. Damn, I am pretty sis. Me, I remember what Jim Cat did for Mad Against the Elite Four, and that's the greatest contribution Jim Cat has ever made to this channel. Dream Drop Distance, Recoded, Jedi Fallen Order, Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, Miles Morales, Bug Snacks, Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts, Mirror's Edge, Final Fantasy Tactics, Star Wars Squadrons, Marvel's Avengers, Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13-2, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy 13, Titanfall 2, The Last of Us 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, Final Fantasy X-2, Final Fantasy X, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy XII, Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII brings us just back to the beginning of the pandemic. Because that's what I was playing when the pandemic, started in earnest. Dark Souls, Final Fantasy IX, Super Mario RPG, Shadows of the Tomb Raider, Spider-Man, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy VI, Alien Isolation, Tomb Raider DE, and Alien Isolation was played on Stream Bros. It wasn't played on this channel. So there we go. That's every game I've played on stream. And no, I don't save the one-shots. The only things that get VODed are full game playthroughs. Is Crisis Core Remake on my radar for future playthroughs? I probably will not stream it, no. Because we did play Crisis Core on stream, and I didn't really enjoy it very much. So, a graphical makeover for Crisis Core doesn't really sound super appealing, frankly. I mean, I'll probably pick it up just so that I have the complete remake franchise, but I don't think I'll ever play it on stream.
Yes! Double slash! Harpoon!
Yeah, the Minecraft stream was really good. Great content there.
Yes! Harpoon!
It was content. No, it was great content. It was hilarious. Sandai's just complaining because he wasn't old enough to be on Twitch when I played Minecraft. SparkNet. Haha! You know, the chests do look like low poly PlayStations. I hadn't put that together until just now. But that's a good call out. Sandai is the keeper of the lore. Yeah, that's why none of it exists. I remember what I had for breakfast. I had nothing because I didn't eat any food today until dinner time, which was delicious. Roasted gravy. Safe bet you're older than Zandai. Zandai is like 6. Yeah, I'm 1 foot in the grave. I do have higher ground here on the grounds that I have incredible age and experience. I should say advanced age and experience. Okay, God. I spent the entire day today feeling sorry for myself because my back was hurting and it was causing me sciatic pain. Like, I am ancient. I am literally on death's doorstep. I'm not 40 yet, Jibcat. You put those words back in your mouth.
Yes! Double flash!
I look at best 30. Well, I appreciate that. I'm definitely turning 40.
Yes!
This continues to be the worst thing in my career. Like, how young I look. Just, it is very bad for me in my career. Every time I try and, like, apply for a step up in seniority, people think I'm so much younger than I am, and they think I couldn't possibly have the experience for the role.
Yes! Double
Who's this young whippersnapper that thinks he's an adult? He thinks he's people. Brownie points, I appreciate you using the past tense in reference to my being chubby. Given that I'm as heavy as I ever was at my heaviest weight at present. I have some work to do this year. There's something there.
Could that be the much talked about guardian of the cave?
Shauna, step back. And she steps forward. Don't worry about me. I can help. Shauna, you're not a frontline warrior. You've got a bow and arrow.
It's coming!
Ah, that centipede is much larger than it looked. And here we have the Midgar Zolom. Urabolus. Urabolus. Oh, single attack. Okay.
Yes! Double flash!
Oh, I did forget to mash. Dang it. $160. Ooh, yeah.
Ow! Ow!
Yes! Double slash! Harpoon!
Have a potion.
Leave Shauna alone! Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, I can't hit it! Awkward. I can't. It's too high to hit. What? You definitely could have reached him. Dissolves P. Guard. Yeah! Attack the guy that's guarding. Come at me, Broseph. Did I see the new version of Clue where they made everyone super hot? No, I did not. I was not aware that was a thing.
Yes! Double slash!
Okay, do I have any more? No, you get to just clink him, I guess. All right, how hot are all these people? Oh no, they're hot.
Yes! Double slash!
Chip Cat says, who's the cook? The one in the cook's uniform.
Harpoon!
Oh!
Yes! Double slash!
How is this thing not dead yet? Oh, here we go. We did it!
Now let's get on our way to Indel's castle.
Shauna? Snake? Snake? Snake! Oh no. I've seen this anime.
What was...
War God's amulet. You can't wear that or Kratos will show up and murder you. What on earth happened? I don't know.
Anyway, we are safe. We should think about how to get out of here. It'll be fine when we get to Bale.
I think... Well, she's a witch, gonna drown her. Look at all the water conveniently available, too. Healing potion. Clap, 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 clap. Slime throwing. Attack! All right, Shauna's getting a little better with the bow.
Yes.
Gradual improvement is still improvement.
Harpoon.
Good old Slambird. $50G? Heck yeah. Think of how many potions that can buy. Alright, we are now north of Serdio. Boy, the Bale Town guards sure suck at their jobs.
Yes.
These are the town guards. It's just a town inhabited wholly by bats.
Harpoon.
They're all screaming bats. They have a really hard time enforcing the quiet hours ordinances. Indel's Castle, capital Bale. Those sure were words strung together. Have we maxed double slash yet? Almost certainly we have. I should probably change it. Addition. Oh, 3 more. I'm
gonna just get it out of the way. I don't think it's gonna be the whole playthrough.
Yes.
It will be if I keep screwing it up. Owl-eyed man, what if I told you that the audio design for every enemy is awful? I don't know. Maybe this will get Dart his next level.
Harpoon. Yes. Double.
All right, 2 more to go. Why am I attacking with the other characters when Dart is the one who needs to do things? Because the other characters also need to do things. Also, I don't know how to skip a turn. I suppose I could have them defend.
Yes. Double lash.
I got 1 whole experience point for that fight. I don't know, guarding in RPGs doesn't come naturally to me. I do occasionally remember that it's a thing, but it doesn't come naturally to me. I was trained up on Final Fantasy VII, where guarding is less useful than just reordering your turns.
Yes. Double lash. Harpoon.
All right, I'm going to use 1 more just to get us over the lip, and then we can move on. I don't know the Dragon Ball Z music well enough to know if this is Dragon Ball Z music. I have no way to deal with blind. Great! Uh-oh. Although apparently there's a Dragon Ball Z symphonic concert coming to Vancouver. Meg sent me a link to it earlier. All right, this time without getting gunked.
Yes. Double.
Aha! And a level. Nice. Nice. Addition. Okay. 81 of blank. Great. Equip volcano. Whoops. 45 of 60 on harpoon for Lavitz. Real quick, I will read the description. Tickets are now on sale for the official Dragon Ball... I should do my, Dragon Ball announcer voice best I can. Tickets are now on sale for the official Dragon Ball Symphonic Adventure coming to Canada. Montreal, Wednesday, May 24th and Thursday, May 25th, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. EDT at Salle Wilfrid Pelletier. Toronto, Friday, June 9th and Saturday, June 10th, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. EDT at Meridian Hall. Vancouver, Friday, August 25th, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. at the Orpheum. The time has finally come, Dragon Ball fans. Attendees will experience the music of both the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z TV series, powered by a full orchestra while watching the storylines of both shows unfold on screen in HD high definition with fellow fans. Created and produced by Overlook Events, the Dragon Ball Symphonic Adventure concert is a one-of-a-kind concert experience that originally debuted in Paris, France in October 2018 as part of a transcontinental tour celebrating the 30th anniversary of Dragon Ball in Europe. The Dragon Ball Symphonic Adventure concert combines scenes and sounds of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z together with live vocals, a 60-piece orchestra, and the music of legendary Japanese composer Shunsuke Kikuchi to create a truly... and then it cuts off. Damn, I am pretty says, geez, Canada, you really are just crammed into three corners. We are. But did you notice that Montreal and Toronto both got 2 nights and Vancouver only got 1? It is definitely not because Toronto is best. The real reason is because there are many more people in the area between Montreal and Toronto than there are in Vancouver. Sandai says, yeah, because it's the best. False. It was just populated first. Portraitist girl. Oh my god, it's Sir Lavitz! Oh, Sir Lavitz, please let me draw your portrait again. Oh, don't move. It'll be done soon. Don't move. I assume if I try to move, I'll break this scene. Yes, here you go. Acquired portrait of Lavitz. Isn't a little too handsome? I don't think so.
Thank you. I'll treasure this.
Okay. Yeah, now Levins is just walking around with a, like, gallery-sized painting of himself. Anything in the bed? Can I steal it? Can I steal her life savings from the bed? I guess people sit here to be painted. Elevation 4,000 feet says there's a lot of cool stuff in Vancouver, but with the traffic, I don't want to go within 80 miles of the place. The traffic in Vancouver is not that bad. Compared with, like, Toronto? That's what the SkyTrain is for. What is the purpose of this? Vancouver is fine for driving. It's fine. It's totally fine. The extent to which Vancouver driving sucks is wildly overblown. It's fine. The problem with driving in Vancouver is that people are bad drivers, not that the traffic is bad. Anyhow, the question about SkyTrain, is that our version of like a subway or regional train system? Yes. Vancouver's SkyTrain is a train in the sky. I tend to agree with Balthazar Wiseman that the people that feel Vancouver driving sucks generally, I will say generally, are suburban. And therefore are driving through the worst place. It is not a monorail, Zafty. It is not a monorail. It has 2 tracks. The SkyTrain is a linear induction driven train. It is merely elevated. Two tracks and 3 lines. Well, sort of. I guess the elevator or the Evergreen line is just the Millennium line now. So yeah. There's the Millennium line, there's the Expo line, and there's the Canada line. But the Canada line runs on different technology and is not actually the same technology as SkyTrain because the Liberal government. Because reasons. Every day is tense for us because Dole broke the truce. Give me a break. Huh? What about it? It's about the war. The war! Master of the bar! Master of the bar, I desire another drink. Spirits? Yeah, I have good ones. 100G per bottle. Want it? Sure. Thanks. I'm in good spirits. Let's find a joke to tell. Earlier this week, I went to a dyslexic masseuse. They really rubbed me the wrong way. Doom Sheridan, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Hopefully Left 4 Dead 2 was enjoyable. I don't even know if you heard the punchline over the audio cue. You did? Okay. Nobody responded to it. You're right, it wasn't a good joke. None of them are good jokes. One day I'll find a joke I can tell. Ah, here we go. Why are dermatologists so irresponsible? Because they make rash decisions. Oh, my Lego shipped. Hooray. Master of the Inn. It's 10G per night. Stay one night. Oh, you want me to elaborate on the Lego I bought? I bought, as part of the January 1st release, I bought the Great Wave from the Lego Art series. Because Meg and I have a shower curtain printed with the Great Wave. So I'm going to build it, and I'm going to put it in a frame box, and I'm going to hang it in the bathroom on the opposite wall. Because I'm a nerd. I also want to get a print of the Great Wave that's been done up to look like a Cookie Monster. With like the cookies in the wave and the eyeballs on top of the wave. My child fell in the battle. My grandchild fell too. I have no more meaning in my life. See, now you've got me looking up the print. Here it is! Hell yeah! I need one of those. I need a print of that. I should talk to the people in town. To the left is the Castle of Indals. It's a beautiful castle and the pride of Cerido. Well, Basil and Pandora, which were originally one country, Serdio, have been at war for 20 years. Oh boy, Sir Lavitz! How have you been? Auntie was worried about you.
War? Don't worry about it. King Albert will take care of it.
A castle of incels. woman of item shop. The men are masters of the bar, but the women are merely women of item shop. They're establishing some background information about the state of misogyny in this kingdom. All right. What's this way? Lavitz's father, Servy, was a man of too much integrity. If he had recovered from the betrayal of a dear friend, he wouldn't be dead. I wonder if Lavitz's mother is named Serviette. This is Slambert Plaza. It's dedicated to the father of Lavitz, who is called the Lance of Slambert. Title of my sex tape. Lance of Slambert. Before Sergio split, there was a knight named Graham. I think he is still alive in Sandora. Graham. Hello, Graham.
Wait, I'll visit my home after I finish briefing King Albert. I have to draw a line as a knight.
Whatever you say. You know, I'm not convinced that the construction of this barn is very good. It seems quite unstable. No free jokes? Really?
Stardust is also known as the Wishing Stone. As the name implies, it's believed to fulfill the wish of the person who gets it. Stardust is scattered all over the world. Look for it everywhere.
Stardust. Pretty good movie. The daughter of this house has been waiting for her boyfriend for 10 years. I don't think he's her boyfriend anymore. Would you like some? Are you propositioning me? course, a road which leads to the commercial city Lohan is closed. I'm having a hard time getting good stuff. The country of Serdio is divided in two, and they are fighting this war now. My granddaughter is a knight. She is on a mission with her fiancé to defend Hoax. Why are they defending Hoax? I feel like they should be fighting against Hoax. Do you know anything about the vice commander of the 5th Knighthood? He's my boyfriend. Was. There's a hole in the wall. Is this the passage for mice? What is this, a passage for ants? It's called a glory hole. Jesus. It may be a little too big for me. Man! Oh, this is a man of the weapon shop. All right. Man of the weapon shop. If you want to survive, buy weapons. I will buy. Sparkle arrow. I mean, I'm gonna buy the sparkle arrow. Confirm. All right, great. Scale armor. Bravery amulet. Night shield. Okay. Tell me that's not the case. Okay, no, great. It is not the case that Shauna only has one arrow. Sir Lavitz, you are safe. We were worried because we heard First Knighthood was annihilated. Oh, Sir Lavitz, it's good to see you safe. Good grief, there's a lot of town here.
You must be equipped with weapons and protectors. I see.
The stone called Stardust is believed to bring happiness to the person who collects it. Oh, welcome. We have a big selection. Find what you like. I am going to eat this tonight. This book? Ma'am, you're in a library. Bow! Welcome to the clinic. We can treat 3 kinds of abnormal conditions: poison, fear, and dispiriting. My baby
baby sister is hospitalized upstairs here. Please be quiet.
Okay!
The healing light is somewhat mysterious.
I want to be well soon. The nurse over there is pretty but strict. These are patients who need long-term treatment.
Doctor at the clinic. Be treated. All right, cool. Why does that work on me, but not on the two out here?
This is for employees only. For treatment, enter from the door in the back.
Pardon me. I'm really yawning up a storm this evening. Zafty, you're only saying that because I keep yawning. And consequently, I'm making you yawn. Oh, you have work early. Well, I guess that's a reasonable reason.
That's our Sir Lavitz. You really did come back alive.
It is good as a charger. All the horses are gone.
Oh, Lavitz, welcome back. Everybody was worried about you.
Cyclops Boy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Sir Lavitz,
Nice to see you. Back safe. King Albert will be happy to meet with you. What is this place? This is a pompous place. Oh, Sir Lavitz, I knew it. Ow! Hey, I got Stardust. Nice. Well, now I'm sure to be happy. That's what they told me. Oh yeah, let's visit the sewers. Whee!
Sir Lavitz, it's really you, Sir Lavitz. When did you come back?
Out of my way. Out of my way, kitchen wench!
oh boy, Sir Lavitz, when did you come back?
Okay, so that room is accessed. From upstairs, evidently. Sir Lavitz, welcome back. Ah! Don't mind me just stealing your life savings, like you do. All right, let's go upstairs. Okay. This should take me to the room that had the chest in it. Yeah. I just come back from war and pillage the whole castle. You didn't pay me wages while I was at the front. I should probably find out what that ring does. It was like an active ring. Avoids the abnormal status dispiriting. Well, well, Sir Lavitz, welcome back safely. You seem very tired. I think it's a good idea to have some music and relax. $100 Gs. I thought this was the castle where the king was holed up. So where's the king? Looks like there was another up. Oh. I'm very smart.
I am the head of the First Knighthood, Lavitz Lambert. I am back from the field.
Oh, Lavitz, I was feeling uneasy because I heard you were missing. Oh, please, make yourself comfortable, everyone.
Your Majesty, it's more than I deserve.
Minister Noish. It was true. His Majesty was so dismayed he couldn't see to his affairs of state.
Oh, Noish, please don't tease me. Lavitz is a friend from my childhood as well as a master of martial arts. Anyway, where have you been?
After my first knighthood was wiped out, I was captured by Sandora and held against my will. In Helena prison.
What? In Helena?
However, thanks to the act of this young man, I managed to break out. Let me introduce these people to you. Dart and Shauna, they are from Celis.
I thank you for saving Lavitz. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In gratitude for this, tell me if you need anything.
I have a favor to ask. Is it possible to take care of Shauna in this castle? What? It seems Imperial Sandora attacked Celis to take Shauna away, so they could go after Shauna any time, and when I think of it, Is that the reason you brought me here? Shauna? I can walk next to Dart. I have been working towards that. There is nothing we can do about the time we were apart, but I want to be with you forever.
Unfortunately, you cannot leave her here. Imperial Sandora obtained the force called the Dragon and went on the offensive.
Use the Force, Sandora.
We are holding the battle line in Hoax, but if the dragon can fly at low altitudes and directly attack the castle, we cannot defend it, even with the highest ramparts. There is no place safe in Serdio now. Besides, you do know how she feels about you, don't you?
She just pronounced it in the throne room. Shauna, it may be even more dangerous from now on. I don't mind, as long as I can be with you, Dart. Well, I take back the request, but one more thing. I would like to ask a question to Minister Noish.
Ask me anything, son. My head is filled with all the legends and history of the continent of Edines.
I was on a journey to pursue the Black Monster.
The Black Monster?
The monster that attacked Neat 18 years ago. The only thing I know is that he deprived me of my parents and my hometown.
You were a victim of the devil.
I want to hear everything. Please tell me about it.
There is hardly any information left. Everything that was related to him was reduced to ashes. The only thing I know is the Black Monster is called the Devil that disobeyed the Great Existence. And it is also known for devouring the god.
Devouring the god?
Yes, and surprisingly, it shows up in history beginning 11,000 years ago.
11,000 years ago is the time the Dragon campaign ended.
You're exactly right, Your Majesty. Instead, I will tell you the story of the Dragon campaign.
As if they were gods, Winglies ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and
You
injustice.
devour men's souls and
Anger
make them your
turned to
slaves.
a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities.
Not
After
the
a long
Winglies!
period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The age of humans had begun.
Can you imagine being the VA asked to record that? They're the wingless? No, the winglies. Sure, whatever you say, man. Just make sure to sign my check. The Black Monster appeared after the Dragon campaign. Oh, also, we are the modern incarnation of the incarnations of the dragons. Obviously, there's going to be 7 party members, and they are going to be the modern version of the incarnations of the dragon. That's where this is headed. The Black Monster appeared after the Dragon campaign. Praetorian of Basil.
Excuse me, sir. It's time for the war meeting. I see. Tell them we will come soon. Dart, Shauna, this war will be a particularly harsh one for those who no longer have a home to return to. The castle is very quiet now. It is the best place to think about your future.
But this is our first time in a castle.
Well, there is a place with a great view next to this room. Go enjoy yourselves.
The view from the castle? I see. Please, excuse me.
She is so hasty. Please excuse me, too.
Hey, the hooded man is here.
The Japanese word for winglies was just winged person or wingman. Love it. Love it. Hello, hooded man.
You are the brave man from Celis, but this is the chamber of His Majesty King Albert. You are not allowed to go in.
Don't mind me, I'll just take this ladder. Ah! Oops. Wait, why did it dump me there? That's right. Why do we have that lever?
Don't worry, as soon as we finish the war meeting, we will send Lavitz to you.
Me worry? Never perish the thought. From here, we can see all of Basel. Might we even be able to see Celis? Celis is over that mountain. Besides, we can't see it anyway because we're so far. I hope everybody is safe. I'm sure they are okay.
Yes, they are. According to the brief by my aide, most of the people in the village are safe.
Really? I'm relieved to hear that.
But it will take time to rebuild the village.
Still, good. I can meet everybody again. Not everybody, he did say most.
But we have bad news. Sandora is now readying itself to attack us. They are planning to use the dragon for the offensive. On Hoax.
A dragon? If they release that monster in the battle, it will be total genocide.
Our role as the knighthood is to stop it. I am heading to Hoax now. Maintaining the battle line will determine the future of Basel.
I have lived only for myself. I believed it was something I had to complete by myself, even if I had to leave Shauna and the people of the village behind. But when I came back, look at this. I almost lost my hometown again. Lavitz, I am going to Hoax with you. I don't want to see any more senseless bloodshed.
What about the black monster?
We have to end the war first. Once Dart makes up his mind, he never changes it. He literally changed it in the last scene. Of course. course, I'm going too. I can't stand the war either. I can fight too.
Hey, you guys.
Everything is determined, and now we have to prepare. Meanwhile, Lavitz is like,
I have no place for you in my command. You are untrained idiots who cannot be relied upon to maintain formation in my knighthood. Then let's go to Bale now. There are item shops, weapon shops, and my home. Please meet my mother. She will be happy because she hasn't had a guest for a while.
oops. So I never did find the source of the second staircase, or the second ladder. I thought I did a pretty good job exploring this castle, but I still don't know where the second ladder originates from. Maybe around back? Is it even possible to get around back? No. That first two notes, the dun dun, hit me in just such a way is all I could think of was Green Day's Wake Me When September Ends. Dun 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 dun. Let's see if I can trigger it again. Da 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 da. Anyhow, Samwalk, I hope you're enjoying Andor. So far this evening, you've missed the introduction of the Winglies. And that Lavitz's dad was known as the Lance of Slambert. Oh yeah, if you weren't here yesterday, it's Lavitz Slambert is his name. Lavitz Slambert.
Mom, I'm home.
Oh, and he talks like Kermit the Frog.
Oh, Lavitz. It's Lavitz.
See, Lavitz's mom should sound like Miss Piggy, but I don't think I can do Miss Piggy justice.
Hiya! I was worried because
It's not gonna work.
I was worried because I didn't hear from you for a long time. Sandora's resistance was tougher than I thought, but don't worry, we defeated them. Your late father would be proud to hear that.
Lavitz, what about Helena? Don't mention that to her.
Sorry, but I don't want her to be worried. I don't know what he is talking about. Well, fine. I'm already happy just having you come home, but you brought a bride with you, my big baby. Mom, she is not. Oh, don't be shy. What's your name?
Shauna.
Shauna, my son is a little awkward and stubborn, but he is very sweet-natured.
Good luck, Shauna. Do you mean it for real?
Dart, don't be so silly. Mom, Shauna is Dart's sweetheart.
What?
Oh, please excuse me, but if you don't make it clear, it hurts her.
I will say so from now on. Does it mean I am your girlfriend? I said it because otherwise Lavitz will be in trouble.
Lavitz, please find somebody like her that I can hold my grandchild in my arms. You are not a child anymore. Yeah, I know. And you'll stay here today, honey.
Oh, geez, this is uncomfortable.
Well, I was commanded to defend Hoax, so I have to leave as soon as... Oh, well, I understand. But you can have at least lunch, can't you? It'll be ready soon, honey.
I'll give you a hand.
Oh, there's no need. But then again, maybe...
My pleasure.
Well, what can we do till lunch?
I don't know. Sit around and let them make it? Apparently. Offer to help? Do the dishes? Literally anything? Tacitus Vigil says, I'm seeing neither legends nor dragoons, and you won't. I mean, of course I was going to try and loot Lavitz's mom's house. Because I succeeded! RPGs have trained me well. Everything is covered by dust. Listen, the first dragon we saw was a giant praying mantis, so I'm pretty sure this game is nothing but full of lies.
Shauna is working hard and helpful.
I'll do my best to make a delicious meal. Oh, this is... Hey, Stardust! We got more Stardust. I don't think that dragon equals dragoon. No, but I do think a praying mantis is not a dragon.
The lunch is not ready yet. What are we going to do?
Shall we help them? We should practice with our swords. Yeah, let's have a sword fight in the living room. Why don't we take a nap? Show me around your house. Shall we help them?
Can you cook?
Of course. Otherwise, I couldn't travel alone for 5 years.
And what kind of dishes do you make?
I can grill a thick piece of meat. It's the best.
That's it? Let's leave the cooking to Shauna and Mom.
You think so? But Shauna was always a bad cook.
Better than you.
We should practice with our swords.
Hey!
What's wrong?
Are you gonna swing your sword around in my house?
What's wrong with that? You've such a big house.
It's not right.
Just kidding. Tut!
I heard that. What is that tut about?
It's all in your head. Let's take a nap. Together. What's wrong, Lavitz?
Dart, act like a man.
Lack of sleep is bad for our skin. Every young lady knows that. Okay, I'll be more serious. Show me around your house. This is the first time I've been in such a huge house.
There's nothing interesting, but we can at least kill some time. Walk around wherever you like, and I'll tell you about it. This is my room.
There's a cut in the pillar. Were you swinging your sword or something?
No, I was measuring my height.
Lavitz was a kid once.
What do you mean? It was my parents' room. It's been my mom's room since my father passed away in the war. This is the library. There are many books on strategy. Are you interested in that, Dart?
It's my weak point. What are you doing?
Come here.
Secret tunnel.
I'll show you my treasure.
Treasure?
Here is my treasure.
Oh, hi, Meg. How's it going?
Please take a look at it.
I see. It's a nice view of Indel's castle from here.
Now, this is what I saw every day when I was young. I grew up thinking I'll be an admired knight, just like my father, and I'll protect this country.
Your dream came true.
Yes, but the reality was much harder than I imagined back then. I feel all the more strongly how great my father was. To protect this country, I would tear the flesh from my body. It's the same passion you have towards Shauna.
Yes, as evidenced by literally every line in the game so far. That's right, just back slowly through the window. I just can't hold back.
Because you know the importance of Shauna's life, you can risk your own. You were not a foolish daredevil when you ventured into Helena. Zerdia is covered in war clouds now. You are the only one who can protect Shauna. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Dart, Lavitz, the food is ready.
Well, the princess needs us.
Princess? She's like a baby sister to me. What is going on?
As always, your meals are delicious, Mom. It's such a nice thing to hear, but I'll be even happier if you settle down with a bride soon. Dart, Shauna, we need to buy some things before we leave. Let's go.
Peace. Do we need to buy things? Oh, there's an upstairs. I was just thinking that I'd probably go there through the through Lavitz's roof. Aha! There we go. Foxmar Raiders, thank you. Welcome. How's it going? What were you doing tonight, Foxmar? Oh, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Nice. Oh, no. This is not good. This is the rest of the stream right here. Yes. Oh no, isometric balancing. Isometric balancing on a pre-rendered background. Oh, come on. I'm pretty sure I don't actually have to balance here. I did press the button. Apparently I pressed the button too late. Hey, see that's and thank you for the raid. Welcome. Okay, this can be cheesed. What? All right, great. Truly awesome. Thank you for the follow, and sure to win. Thank you for the follow as well. That was not worth it for one single healing breeze. Let's blow this popsicle stand and go home. Oh! Dram.
It smells like spirits. And they're good ones. Oh, you're gonna give me spirits? Brother, you're generous. I'll have it.
All right, we found our way into the sewers. Anything down in the... Why even put that corner there? Okay, cool. That's the area to the castle. It's over here. Oh, interesting. I wonder where that boat goes. $20G? I feel like it could have been more generous than that. Whee! And Dart was never seen nor heard from again. What is going on? Why is this so elaborate? It's a love tunnel ride. Get off the boat. It'll be covered with cobwebs, but I guess I'll take it out. Ah, all that for a Stardust, hey? Was that a peeping hole? No, well, maybe. Maybe it was. This game has been remarkably horny. Maybe Dart is just a little dense, and it actually was a peephole. Thank you to the anonymous gifter, and congratulations to Shanley ATK for your shiny new sub. Oh no. Oprin says, speaking of surprisingly horny, wait until you see a particular skill in action. Oh no. I liked the little 360-degree pivot that the boat did there. Okay, I feel like I have now solved this town. Its mysteries have all unfolded before me. Da 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 da. Gets me every time. Hey, it's Aerith! Hey, watch yourself! Are you blind or what? What do you mean? You're the one who bumped into me. Don't make up excuses. Behave like a man. Don't yell, it's true. Can you be quiet? The baby's crying. Oh, sorry, I was too loud. Oh, poor baby. She is scared, isn't she? Well, we gotta go, baby. There's no time to waste. What a bee. What was that?
I don't know.
Just to clarify, that one was carrying a baby. Yeah, I figured she was. I don't know, am I supposed to go after her? Or do we just leave? Instructions unclear, baby cotton ceiling fan. I don't know, she's a named character. Let's learn about Martel. In Bale, after Lavitz finishes visiting his mother, Dart and friends prepare to depart to Hoax. On their way out of town, a yellow-bloused woman bumps into them. The woman calls them clumsy and walks away. Dart can meet the woman in the house next to Lavitz's home, turning in Stardust in exchange for equipment. Dart can visit Martel at this location while playing Disc 1 and can visit her at other locations on Disc 2 to 4. Aha! Rewards. Oh, neat. Okay. So she's the Stardust lady. Does the baby do anything? Saved. Would I call her a Stardust Crusader? No. But now she's a Stardust memory.
Yes.
Oh, I was way early on that one. I forgot I have to learn new timing. Okay. Shauna is now officially a contributing member of society. Right, I was going the other way.
You ugly balloon. Pardon me?
It's good that this balloon is ugly, otherwise I'd be conflicted about killing it. Right? They've just got such killable faces.
Yes.
They really need to throw more than one enemy at me per battle here. Town of Hoax. We'll save before we go in. Enter. Surely totally normal things will happen in this town.
Let's go to the HQ first. Kaiser of the 8th Knighthood must be waiting for us.
Is this really a town? No, Shauna, it's a football. It looks like a fortress. The war changed it. The war always changes.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody wanted it, but it couldn't be avoided. Let's focus on our defenses now.
Okay, is this an inn? What's going on in here? Angel's Prayer. Master of the hotel. Walk away.
The wall of this town used to be to protect against animals, but now it's used to stop people.
And one day it will be used to stop Titans. Honestly, the soundtrack in this town kind of bangs.
Kaiser, long time no see.
All right, what does Kaiser sound like? What does Kaiser sound like? Fozzie? I can't make them all Muppets. Morgan Freeman. Lavitz, welcome. I see your knighthood was...
Yeah, it was my mistake. But I won't let the dreams of my company end in death and be in vain. It'll end the war and unify Cerrito. I will.
We cannot stop until we make our dreams come true.
Yeah. Now, I brought you two powerful helpers, Dart and Shauna.
Oh, you are the famous guy who rescued Lavitz. I am Kaiser, the head of the 8th Knighthood. Nice to meet you. Could you inform me how we stand now? We are still preparing for the raid of Sandora's. What I am concerned about is the information that they are using a dragon.
It's better to fortify here and see how they move, rather than attacking a dragon that we don't know about.
Then it'll be up to how fast we can spot the approach of the enemy. Great. Indeed, you are right. Dart, Lavitz, why don't you be the guard at night? Having Shauna too is not a good idea. Can you prepare the meals for the nights?
Preparing meals? Okay. Dart, you're gonna love it.
Are you all right?
I wonder how she will do.
What? Lavitz's mother gave me a nice compliment.
But in the past,
Fine, I'm not gonna cook for Dart.
I was just kidding. Fight a lot that way. Fighting deepens the relationship in many ways.
Kaiser, why are you stirring things up even more?
I thought I was trying to relax her. Now that settles the matter. I want Dart and the others to go look around Hoax. The night guards have to know the place. After you look around, come back to me. Stay with me, Lavitz. I want to go over the battle conditions with you. Now, shall we?
Get along with each other.
Yeah. Okay. Now the defense for my house is perfect. Wait, where does this go? Wait, why is this house accessed by going through a different house?
Hoax in the 7th Fort in the marshland. These two are the defense lines for the Kingdom of Basil. The rumor of a dragon could be a diversion of Imperial Sandora. Such a legendary creature can't be alive.
It does seem like the level designers had fun with this game. Although some of these level designs are deeply unintuitive. How is this little old lady in a rocking chair get in and out of her house? Midwife Gilda.
Well, we have guests.
My name is Dart. I am joining in the defense of Hoax for a while.
And both of you, when are you having your baby?
I suppose it's true. She is a midwife, and we, a couple, did walk into her house. What are you talking about?
Yes, we are.
It's too early.
Oh, you're visiting a famous midwife, so I thought you wanted to get some advice about having a baby. Anyway, come back anytime if you're going to have one. I was the midwife for King Albert, too. He was just a little Prince Albert back then.
Then you've been observing this country since before the war?
Yes, it was 20 years ago. The former king, Carlo, passed away, and his younger brother, Dole, broke away. It seems he couldn't stand having His Majesty Albert, who was only 6 then, be the king. His Majesty Dole and His Majesty Carlo used to be very close. I wonder what made them change.
Ghost of Jeff Goldblum, she didn't say the line. I inserted the line. Oh, we gotta go now.
Oh, well, work hard. When you need me, come back anytime.
Yes. Work hard. Need me, meaning need a midwife?
Thank you!
We're lucky, Dart. She just drop kicked him out of the way. I still want to know why the door to her house is through a window.
I think we should get out of town.
Hey, Stardust! Hooray! Oh, I just can't go up there? All right then, fine.
If we believe in God, He'll save us from agony.
No, God's dead. He was devoured by the devil. I heard that there is an indescribable statue in the back of Volcano Villude. It's spooky.
Ms. Gilda is a famous midwife from this town who delivered His Majesty Albert. My pa is in the 7th fort. Marriage. This wall is the 12th from a god. Together, let's endure through it.
All right, we've explored the whole town. Did you see enough? I will take you to the god position. Not yet! I see. We haven't finished the strategic meeting yet.
Could you go see around a little more?
Yes, because I want to... I want to save. I can't leave.
I don't think it's a good idea to go out now.
I agree. The meeting can end any minute. Not even to use a save point? Shenanigans! All right, we are fine now.
We've just finished the strategic meeting. Now, I'll take you to your position. I want to ask both of you to guard the back gate. It's at the end of the stairs.
Wait, isn't this the front gate? I am here to replace you. You can trust us. Yes, sir! Guy I've never seen before. I'm not doing very good due diligence on my job. If Sandora attacks, it will be a night raid.
We cannot relax till morning. Rest while it's still light.
Wait, you can't rest now! We just relieved the day guard! It's strangely quiet tonight. If the dragon comes near, we can easily tell.
Why is that?
There are those in the forest. Nocturnal owls are hooting. It's the proof that nobody is in the forest. So, I'm gonna go grab something.
Worrying about Shauna?
It's not that.
Now bring me back something.
Yes, I'm going to abandon my post. Huh? The owls. Who could it be? Ah! The enemy is coming! The enemy is coming! Knighthood, advance. Fortify the gate. You take care of the casualties.
Yes, sir. We'll counter them.
Yeah! Yeah. Now I get to spend 7 million years trying to upgrade this skill. Uh-oh. A mechanic I forgot about. Oh, I got him!
Volcano!
Harpoon! Love it. Hey, they gave me a healing potion too. Nice. Uh-oh. Is my inventory full? Is that what's going on? In fact, it is. Huh?
Is this the Battle HQ for the front lines for Basil? What a weak setup.
I will guard the top. Yeah, why did we abandon our post?
Gotcha. Trust me to handle here.
One-on-one versus the elite. One-on-one me, bro.
What guts you have coming alone like that?
I am here. I got those guys at the bottom.
Oh, 1 or 2 doesn't make any difference.
Big talkers are usually weak. He has 1 hit point. Ah.
Yes. Go.
Ah! Oh, it did it!
Go.
Hooray! Go me!
Yes. Go. Volcano.
The timing interrupt on that is really annoying.
Harpoon. Yes. Go. Volcano. Harpoon. Yes. Go. Volcano.
Enough playtime. I'm taking the gloves off.
Oh. But what?
Can you nail the real me?
I'm certainly going to try. Found him.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Darn!
Oh, I was early on that one.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Oh, he's doing it again.
Oh,
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Aha! I did really good on the timing for those attacks. Go me.
Rod Typhoon.
That's my stripper name.
Ah!
What is that giant?
It's Giganto.
I know it's Giganto, but he's Giganto now.
Giganto?
Levitz!
I've heard about it, but he is real. The ones who fought so far were no match for him.
Well, he's still not a dragon. Go! But I just had a boss fight! You've had one, yes, but what about second boss fight? Oh, he's even got unique music. Kongol?
Yes.
Pardon, Bus? You gotta finish it off or you'll be smashed by him. Gonna smash.
Yes. Tap. Go. Volcano.
Well, getting through this fight seems like it's probably a good way to make sure that I level up my additions.
Yes. Tap. Go. Volcano.
And at least so far it looks like he doesn't counterattack.
Kongol needs no weapon. Kongol beats you with his hands.
I thought he was Giganto. Whoa! Owie, wowie!
Yes. Tap. Go. Volcano. Yes. Tap.
Uh-oh! I love that attack.
Yes. Tap. Go. Volcano.
Dunk, dunk. That attack is brutal.
Yes. Tap. Go. Volcano.
Oh no. The amount of damage I'm taking in this fight is wild.
Yes. Tap. Go. Volcano.
Surely he must die soon. This is an unsustainable amount of damage I'm taking here.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Yes! No! It just flips us off. It's a wing lead. Da 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 Sephiroth. Oh, Dragoon of the Red Dragon. Ah. That's right, it's Morbin time. What on earth is... Ooh, a power wrist. That seems good. Burning Rush. Slambert just felt left out.
Where's my dragon suit?
These are not humans.
Dart, what happened to you?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to me.
The night of the dragon.
This is Isla.
The night of the dragon. The Dragoon was born.
Ugh.
I am surprised you didn't die.
Giganto don't die. Giganto will pay you back.
Dart. You were safe.
What happened?
Seeing Shauna's face makes me relieved.
Dart!
Are you all right?
What are you to Dart? What did you do to him? I was only...
Cut it out, both of you.
I should be thanked, so why do I have to be yelled at?
Have you come to?
I was...
I'm glad you woke up.
But you were...
Rose, nice to see you again. Do you know Dart? I told you, I just saved his life. Well, not only once.
I want to hear it from Dart's own mouth.
You explain. I don't understand.
She saved my life. Thanks to Rose, I was able to make it to Celis.
Then the person who saved you from the dragon was...
Yeah, it's her. Talking about being saved, I didn't thank you yet.
I don't need any thanks. I wanted to do it.
I see. But why are you here? It is too fishy to be a coincidence. Also, she just complained about not getting thanked.
I followed you because I was fascinated by this artifact that you own. The Dragoon spirit of the red-eyed dragon.
This light is...
You deserve to rule dragons. This light shows the true evidence from the time the dragon spirit starts to shine. You have to accept your fate as a dragoon, just like me.
Desmarzoma says, I absolutely hate the breathy voice you're doing. It is incredibly uncomfortable. Great! Mission accomplished! I didn't know there was such power concealed in my father's memento.
You saved him because you knew it from the beginning. I didn't know it. It was a test to see if he could be a dragoon. If you couldn't, you would be dead now.
Why do you know about such things? You know too much about things nobody could know.
It's better than ignorance, isn't it?
That's true, but yours is not mere knowledge. It's a story and a legend that has been lost. I heard about it from Minister Noish before. The people who led humans to victory in the Dragon campaign, they were the Dragoons.
But was that the only reason you protected me? Just because I have a Dragoon spirit?
Honestly, I was surprised myself, but now I know why. You guys look like my dear old friends. They lived in the middle of a turbulent generation, yet they were strong enough to grab their own fate. They knew the way to go, the things to do, the enemy to defeat, and the people to protect. I feel the same about you, so I couldn't help doing that. Now you understand me.
Can I ask you one thing? What are they doing now?
Everybody's gone. It's all in the past.
Doing that voice for long periods of times makes me lightheaded. Rose is not allowed to monologue.
I'm sorry. I think I was wrong about you, Rose. It's okay. I am used to being hated.
Is the head of the knighthood, Sir Kaiser, in here? Aye, the seventh fort is under strong attack by Santoras.
What?
The 7th fort in the marshland is under the fierce attack of the dragon. Due to that, the 10th and 13th knighthoods are almost overwhelmed. Survivors are still responding.
Where did it come from?
From the forest over the volcano Delude. It seems there is a nest there for the dragon.
Gigantos and dragons. It is not a fight between humans. If we don't defeat the dragon, we won't have a future.
Summon the rest of the knights. We will assault the dragon's nest.
The knighthood has the advantage of numbers, but they are only human. Humans cannot defeat a dragon. If it continues, Basil will be annihilated.
We don't know until we try.
Do you think a wasted death is honorable or something? But dragoons can defeat it. Dar, you should understand this. We have a different existence. We are beyond humans.
That's right. Dragoons, which were said to have governed the dragons, can fight against the dragon.
Maybe I can do it now. I felt the power of the dragon in me. I'll do it. I believe in this power. Makes me feel relieved. There is nobody left who can fight the 8th Knighthood. Dart, Rose, it seems you are the only people we can count on.
Kaiser, your wound is open.
I am all right. Dark Rose, the kingdom of Basil is finished unless we defeat the dragon. So, you can trust me. I will fight for you too.
I'll go too. It doesn't seem to be enough if it's only Dart and the others.
Shauna, you should stay.
No, I am going. I can help the other people too.
The green tusked dragon. Firebrand.
It brings back the fear I felt before.
The real fear has not even begun yet.
Save point. Save point. I'd like a save point.
It was super. What about it? That Dart fella. Yesterday he wore unique armor and defeated Kongol. With Dart, Imperial Sandora is not even a match as our enemy. Dart is the messiah of the kingdom of Basil.
Messiah, huh? You cannot be called a real Dragoon, getting stunned like that by bursting with the power.
Then tell me, Rose. How should I fight as a Dragoon?
Well, let's begin.
Oh, god dang it. Hello, game audio.
Let's begin.
Oh, you have game audio. Where's my audio? Huh. I just have no game audio in my headphones. No, my headphones are live. Well, as long as you're getting it, I guess. Oh, there it is. Found it.
What would you like to know about dragoons?
Dragoon transformations.
Dragoon transformations need spiritual power, spirit points.
No, for some reason, so my headphones have two audio channels. There's a chat channel and a game channel, and for some reason, the mixer on the back of the headphones that allow me to mix between the two slid all the way to chat audio and 0 game audio.
You can accumulate SP by attacking enemies. Let's try. Fight with me. Come on.
Yes. Go.
Not even close.
Yes.
Oh, I was way early.
Yes. Go. Volcano.
Yes, keep it up. Hit me more.
Yes. Go. Volcano. Yes. Go. Volcano. Yes. Go. Volcano.
You accumulated SP. When your SP is full, a transformation command appears. Selecting that allows you to become a dragoon. Now, transform yourself.
Why is it all the way over there? Whee!
Do you understand how to transform?
Yes, I got it.
For quick transformations, change the setting on the system screen. Select Config, highlight Morph, and then select Short. That's all. What would you like to know about dragoons?
Dragoon editions.
First, transform yourself into a dragoon.
Okay. Transform!
You emit power all at once with dragoon editions. Charge up your power. Press the X button when the spirit meter light reaches the top. When successful, the light continues to revolve and the power is charged accordingly.
Oh, okay.
Now try.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
What are you doing? Get with it.
Let me try again. Well, I got one step of it. Oh, I got two that time.
It's okay. One more press.
Okay, good. I only have to do it 3 times. That's nice.
Yes, keep it up.
All right, yes, it's enough.
What would you like to know about Dragoons?
Dragoon magic.
First, transform yourself to a Dragoon.
I know, I agree. Stop changing his back.
There are 2 commands after a transformation. A Dragoon addition and a Dragoon spell. You need a certain MP to use a Dragoon spell. The spells you can use are highlighted. There's only one now. Select the spell and then the target. You can cast the spell. Now, let's try. Cast a spell on me.
Flame shot, froze. Pew, pew, pew. All right, yes, I did it. I'm fine now. What would you like to know about Dragoons? Nothing.
One more thing. Getting SP by attacking allows your Dragon level to increase, and you'll have more spell choices. In the end, you can only rely on your own sword. This is what I can teach. After that, it's up to you. I'll be here for a while. Go prepare for the departure.
Oh, thank God. Overwrite save. Saved. And that is going to be it for this evening. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who subscribes, everybody who follows, everybody who cheers, everybody who chats, and everybody who hangs out and lurks. It is a genuine thrill to stream for you, and I hope you have as much fun watching as I do playing. I'll be back tomorrow, same mat time, same mat channel here on twitch.tv/Wiggins, playing more Legend of Dragoon, so I do hope you'll tune in. 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And, yeah, come on, join me. We'll play some more Legend of Dragoon. It'll continue to be very silly. In the meantime, of course, you can follow me on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Wiggins_TV. And I have a Discord server. If you're a subscriber, you can join it by making sure your Twitch account and Discord account are linked in Discord's backend, where my server will appear to you as if by magic among your linked servers. So please make sure to join the Discord if you are a subscriber. All right. Finally, let's find somebody to throw to. So who is online this evening? That I want to throw to. All right, we're going to Simcopter again because Simcopter's online. So everybody join this raid train. And I hope you all have a good night. So long. Have fun. And no, that was the wrong button. And goodbye. There we go.